So I will be showing you a few of my favorite Visual Studio Code extensions that make your life easier when writing code. They are not specific to PowerShell, but they really help with PowerShell. There's one that I will not be using just because it will make things a bit more busy, and I'd like to keep the editor as vanilla as possible so that people who may not have that extension can still relate and see this very similar development environment that I do. Alright, so let's get started. So the first one that I like is bracket pair Colorizer. And there is actually a new one, so we want number 2. The difference, it says here, the difference between the first one and the second one is it's faster, more accurate, so we'll just be using this one. So there we go, number 2, and let's go back here. So as you can see, our brackets are now have different colors when they are paired. So as you can see here, they have examples. So each bracket, instead of being entirely the same color all the time, which is the case when the extension is not installed, this will allow your editor to color the brackets in different colors. So let's rewrite all of this. As you can see, the first one is yellow, the first pair is yellow, the second pair is magenta, and the third pair is blue or cyan, and then it starts over with yellow, magenta, and cyan. So this allows you to visually quickly see which brackets are paired up. Of course, you can always collapse them, but this allows you to quickly see what is paired up together. Okay, the next one I have is code spell checker. As you can see here, I have misspelled string, misspelled variable, and that's very annoying when you write code and things are misspelled, especially if sometimes you misspell them and sometimes you don't. So we're gonna enable code spell checker right here, and this will do spell checking on strings, on variables. As you can see here, these examples are in TypeScript. Looks like they're TypeScript. Yeah, there's TypeScript, but it does support other languages, including PowerShell, and all other languages like Catalan, Czech, Danish, Dutch, French Réforme 90, I don't know what that is, German, Greek, all that stuff. So it does allow this, and as you can see, there we go. So here's this problem, unknown word, and if we fix it, it gives me options for fixing it. So we're going to call it problem with an M. Hopefully it will pick up have at some point. Here it says unknown word, so we can do again quick fix, and we're going to call it server, and that makes it a lot easier, so you can see you can spell check everything. It does. Is it picking up child item? Yes, it's having issue. So you may have to add child item to the dictionary, to the workspace, so the user is the way. Probably the user dictionary, so every time you do it, it will be added properly. But it helps if you're working a different workspace. So it still hasn't picked up have. Oh, maybe this is a word that I don't know. All right, control period, no actions. Okay, well, hey, it helps with what it helps. Okay, all right. The next one is called Indent Rainbow. So when you have indented code like this, it's not always easy. I mean, this is easy, this is clear, but when you have a lot more code, it's not always easy to see what is happening at what level of the code. So that's where Indent Rainbow comes in. So let's install it. And if we look here now, see each level has a different color. So it makes it very clear what belongs to what level. So all the yellow. So if I write more code, like this is a test. It's not a real function, but and here blah. I mean, none of this is real code, but you can see this belongs to this, and this is the same level as this. So it makes it easier to see. This is the extension that I am not going to enable, just because it adds a lot of color here that you may not want, and also it looks like it's not playing nicely with the bracket colorizer. So I'm not going to enable this one, but it's a good one to have, especially as you start writing more and more code that requires indentation and things like that. So, and that's a good thing, because now I can show you, you can uninstall an extension here, and it requires a reload. So some extensions will require a reload to install. This one is one that requires it to uninstall, and when you do reload required, when you click on it, it will just reload the Visual Studio Code, and the extension is gone. So, and I think actually if this is not saved, it will also keep it not saved. It will keep the changes you've made, but don't quote me on that. And the last one that I like, and it's really a cosmetic one, material icon theme. This one is very nice because it gives you nice little icon sets for all your files. Different folders will have also different names. Certain folders like Android animation will have their own little icon as opposed to just being a folder. So it helps a little bit. It's nice. It doesn't really change anything, but yeah. So when you go here, you can see those icons are different. See, VSCode has its own little icon. If we go back here, let me uninstall it, reload. There we go. See, this is a little bit more boring. The folder is just a name. The files are a bit more boring, but if we enable the extensions again, see, this looks a little bit nicer and much more fun. So it's a small cosmetic change that doesn't have much impact. It just makes it nicer. So that's it for this video. If you guys also have extension that you like, that you find useful after this course or before this course, let me know, and I will reshoot this video with your extensions. All right, thank you. See you in the next video.